Hey everybody, thanks for watching Mike and Olive Review Things.
My name's Olive and this is my dad, Mike.
And we've been doing a lot of awesome things in October. Pumpkin spice, we've been eating a lot of pumpkin spice. We're taking a break from pumpkin spice today. We just saw a movie, but it keeps with our October themes. And what movie did we just see?
We saw the new Addams Family.
We saw the new Addams Family. So, before we start, have you ever seen anything that had to do with the Addams Family before today? Because did you know that there was a series of movies earlier on in the 90s, and then there was a TV show that was black and white in the 60s. Did you know that? So you didn't know that was a thing. No. So it seems like they're reintroducing the Addams Family to a different generation every 30-ish years. In fact, I did the math, and it's crazy to think that, 2019 this came out, the Addams Family with Angelica Houston and Raul Julia, that came out in 1991, which was how many years ago?
A lot.
28 years ago. And then the Addams Family, when that came out in 1991, the original TV show came out in 1964. So how many years did that transpire?
40?
No, 27.
Wait, what?
So yeah, that's crazy to think that the movie that I grew up with when I was a kid was just as old, just as much time had passed from the black and white TV show as this new cartoon had passed from the 1991.
But they're both black and white.
No, this one's in color. It just looks like it's in black and white. All right, so if you're like Olive and you had no idea what the Addams Family was, it's kind of a group of misfit. It's all a family, and they're kind of monsters. Like,
yeah, they're kind of, but not really, because then there would be.
Yeah, they're not necessarily monsters, but they can do some things that I guess not humans can do. And some of them are really weird looking. And some of them are just a hand.
Yes.
Some of them are just a thing of hair. The plot of this one is basically like all the other ones. It's like, hey, they move to a house, and then this TV show builds a whole neighborhood next to them, and all the people are like, oh, they're monsters, and they want them out. I mean, it's basically the same plot as it always has been. But this time, instead of it being live action with famous people, being the Addams Family, it is cartoons with famous people as the voices. So this is our segment, Who Was That? So, all right, we'll start with
for a lot of movies.
Gomez Addams. Do you know who that was? Oscar Isaac. All right? Have you ever seen this guy before?
Yes.
Yeah. Who is that?
Finn. Wait, no.
Close. That guy.
Oh, him. I'm trying to think. I forgot. I remember his droid, but not him.
What's his droid's name?
BB-8.
Yes. Then you don't remember his name, though? Poe.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, Oscar Isaac from the new Star Wars, Poe. He's been in a ton of other movies as well, but nothing that you've ever seen. You haven't seen A Most Violent Year or Inside Llewyn Davis or any of that kind of stuff.
Star Wars.
Now, Morticia Addams, the woman, the wife, is Charlize Theron. Have you ever seen anything that Charlize Theron has ever been in? I don't think you have, honestly. She's been in a lot of R-rated movies and everything. Not inappropriate, but a lot of action, a lot of violence. She's been in some of my favorite movies of the last few years. Mad Max was incredible, and she had a shaved head in that. And then Atomic Blonde was amazing.
Did she have only blonde hair?
She did have blonde hair.
Like
well, she actually wore a bunch of different wigs in it, but she was like this awesome spy that was just beating everybody up in Germany. And then this year, Long Shot, she was in a comedy, and it was hilarious. It's some of my favorite movies of the last few years. Charlize Theron has been in it. Will I say the same thing about Addams Family? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
And then probably the other guy, Nick Kroll. Nick Kroll was the voice of Uncle Fester. Have you ever seen him? You probably haven't seen him in much, but he's definitely been the voice in a lot of things because he was in The League. He was in a bunch of things but he was in the movie Sing. I think he was the.
Oh yeah,
I think he was the pig or something like that.
It might have been the gorilla.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, might have been the gorilla. Chloë Grace Moretz, she was Wednesday. I thought she did one of the best jobs in the movie. I like Wednesday. You probably also, even though she's young and she's been in movies since she was like your age, I don't think you've ever seen her any. You haven't seen the movie Kick-Ass, have you?
No.
It's a really violent comic book movie. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've ever seen her in anything other than this movie, which you didn't even see her in. It was just her voice, which is something interesting. Like, look how little she was in that. Yeah, I find that interesting that in these cartoon movies they use really famous celebrities, and a lot of the kids don't know who they are. You don't like. It didn't matter that Charlize Theron was Morticia Addams, right? No, not at all. So, all right. So, why don't we talk about?
Wait, who's the little boy?
The little boy was Finn Wolfhard. He is in Stranger Things.
Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I guess he's a voice in Carmen Sandiego.
Wait,
he's
what
also
voice?
a kid. He
What
was
voice?
the voice in what?
Carmen
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see.
It says player.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so you know him from that, but you haven't seen the movie It, which has a scary clown, and he's in Stranger Things, which you've never seen. So like they got these actors and actresses from scary movies and then put them in a kids movie. So what did you like about the movie?
I like that it was meant on Halloween. Well, it was kind of like Halloween since it mostly felt like they were dressed up, mostly. Right. And also, it was fun.
It was fun? Okay. What did I like about the movie? I thought the cartoon style was pretty interesting. It kind of like looked like it was claymation, but it wasn't at all. It was still just cartoon. But that's also what I disliked about the movie was that it was a cartoon. So I think what's really cool about the Addams Family, both the 1960s TV show as well as in the 90s, was that they were real people and they were having to do real practical effects to make it look like these monsters were doing these crazy things. So, like, there's the sword thing in this movie, but they did a sword thing in the 90s version, and Uncle Fester, like, throws it up in the air and he catches it in his throat. And he's a real human doing that. In this, somebody catches a sword in their throat, and it's just a cartoon, so it's not, like, it's like they just drew it.
What?
And then there was he put the light bulb in his mouth, and it lit up. Like, that was really cool when they did it in real, like, and Thing was running around the house as a real hand that was, like, chopped off. But in this, it was just a cartoon, and so it was like, it wasn't impressive. There was never a time, our theater was pretty full. There's a lot of kids in it, and there was never a time that anybody laughed at anything that Thing did with the hand, whereas I remember seeing it in the theater with the original Thing, and it was like, that's really cool. Like, how did they do that? How did they film just this hand running around and doing things? So that's what I disliked about it. I liked it was cool, cartoony, but then I disliked that nothing was impressive because it was just a cartoon. Right? I mean, you understand that? What did you dislike? What would you improve about it?
If I could do anything, like, if I could put anything in the movie, it would just be more songs. That's
more
all.
Songs? You like more songs in cartoon movies? Or in any movies?
More songs than any movies.
In any movie. Yeah, there were a few songs. Snoop Dogg plays Cousin It, the little one with the hair, and they like play a Snoop Dogg song as he's, or she, I don't know, it's covered in hair, driving up to the mansion, but then Snoop Dogg doesn't actually like say anything. So I don't know.
He just says.
And then like Lurch, the big monster guy, he was playing the piano a bunch. But yeah, there was hints of it where the music was fun, but it could have been a lot better, especially because we saw a trailer for the new Trolls movie that's going to come out next spring. And it's like they're upping the ante with music. The whole plot is about music. So I think we already got in a mood where we're like, oh, sweet. Let's sit in a movie theater and listen to awesome songs. And it didn't really happen. Right?
And we are definitely going to see that.
We'll definitely go. Yeah, we'll definitely review Trolls when it comes out next April or so. Was it scary? This is a movie that involves monsters and everything. There was a lot of kids in there, but was it ever scary?
No, you don't really scream. No. You didn't. Nobody screamed. Mostly everybody was quiet. Maybe.
That was actually really disappointing because nobody screamed, which was fine. But nobody really laughed either. So it wasn't that funny of a movie. I could see this. My guess is that they wanted to reintroduce the Addams Family and then sell it off to like a Netflix or an Amazon or something like that. So then they could make a TV show just like they did with like Trolls or something like that. Like I could see this being a 20-minute TV show that comes out with 10, 12 episodes at a time and kids would really like it. But as far as a like 90-minute movie, I was incredibly bored. I fell asleep for a little bit.
He did.
Yeah.
You mostly fall asleep in a lot of movies.
In the boring ones, I do. What was our grade for this? You want me to give first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I wish it was funnier. I wish, it didn't really have the feel of an Addams Family like I remember it. And I'm not just trying to be like that old guy screaming at a cloud. I just wasn't really interested. So, I'm going to have to give it a 4. I know.
I've been thinking about it. And I thought maybe I could give it an 8 or 7, but I finally got it. It's a 7.
It's a 7. Okay. Good explanation for. So it's a 7. So you liked it, but it's not nearly.
It's not the best.
It's not the best.
The best movie is Goonies and Star Wars.
Goonies and Star Wars. That's the bar. So yeah, I think I overheard kids when we were leaving saying that they thought it was funny, but I didn't hear them laugh. So maybe they just don't laugh when they think things are funny. So yeah,
I just giggle.
I would not recommend it. Wait until it comes out, maybe on Netflix or something, or the inevitable time that it's going to come out as a 12-episode Netflix cartoon or something like that. So, but you don't need. It's not one of those things that it continues the story from the 90s, where if you're a huge Addams Family fan, you're probably going to be disappointed, actually. So that wraps up. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Mike and Olive Review Things. We'll be back with some more pumpkin spice stuff. And you know what? Halloween is around the corner, and we're going to be doing some Halloween candy reviews as well.
All different flavors.
All different flavors.
Bye.
See ya.